Uh, as all you know, that this is the new year, 2016, and I don't know what have you said to achieve by the end of this year. So my name is on the screen, and the whole thing about this webinar is to help us understand and think differently, that there is always tomorrow, and the way we are created by God, He made us in His image so that we can have really good life at the end of our time. But unfortunately, most of us, we keep struggling. And I don't know what's the problem, but maybe after the end of this webinar, you'll be able to find yourself what has been missing in your life, to the sense that you've been struggling, you do this and that, but at the end of the day, you find yourself going around. It's like you're just going around the circle. So to open up our discussion, allow me to play a video, and after you go through this video, I'm sure you'll be able to understand where are you now and where are you heading. And to begin with, let me play this video now. Enjoy.
Until you know where you're from, you don't know who you are. What is your source? Where did you come from? It's a very important question. And the third question I had to answer and grapple with is, why am I here? That's a tough question. Why were you born? Why were you conceived? Why are you on this planet right now? Why did you come to earth? These are tough questions. And the person sitting behind you have not yet answered that question. Because it's a hard question. We don't even like to think about it. Why am I here? We ask that question silently. We don't talk about it publicly much because we are afraid we don't know the answer. Why were you born? I mean, they say when a man has sex with a woman and he releases semen into a woman, scientists have proven that over 600 million sperms rush toward the egg, and only one makes it. And guess who that was? And my question is, why did 599 million sperms die so that you can live to come to this planet? Was there a reason why the divine creator chose that specific sperm for you to come at this time? Why did you come here? It's a tough question. You didn't come here just to make a living and pay bills and then die. You didn't come just to make a living. You came here to make a difference. You came to deliver something that we're supposed to have. We got to find out what that is. You're not a mistake. You are not a biological accident. So why did you come here? It's a tough question. The fourth question everybody must answer is, what can I do? What is my true ability? And this is a tough question because most of the people in this church sitting here today are living below their true potential. You don't know what you're capable of. Why? Because we have accepted other people's opinions of our own ability. We've allowed people and culture and society to tell us what we can and cannot do. I was a victim of that years ago. I had to be delivered from people. Even living in this city, this town right here, could be your greatest curse, because there are certain things they don't expect you to do in this town. They tell you how far you can go, what you cannot do, what's never been done, and you better don't upset the boat and don't achieve that here, and you can't do that here. They muffle your true ability. What can you do is the question. It's a tough question. And the fifth question, write it down, everyone must answer, is where am I going? This one has to do with your destiny. Where are you going in your life? Where will you be in the next 10 years? What do you see for the next 50 years of your life? What do you want to do with yourself in the next 40 years? What do you see in your life as your future destiny? What's your hope to become and to do in your life? Or are you simply waiting for the next paycheck? Is your life as short as the next bill you pay? Is there a sense of destiny in your life? God sent me here to talk to you, to let you know that you are not just here as a passing fantasy. You came to this planet because something that you need to do is still undone. Tell your neighbor, I am loaded. Say it again, I am loaded. Say it again, I am loaded. He'll be okay. Just keep looking at me, please. Write this down, please. Very important. You were created to live life with meaning and purpose. You are not a mistake. As a matter of fact, until you discover your personal reason for living, you will never be fulfilled. You were born, sir, to do something important in this world. That's why I am convinced that all of us were created for a purpose, equipped with potential, and designed for a destiny. I am convinced that you are loaded with stuff that we haven't seen yet, and is trapped under your fear of people. As a matter of fact, some of your greatest graveyards are your jobs. Nothing can bury you faster than a career that you're trapped in. You were born to do something that the world needs, and that's why until you discover your purpose, you can never maximize your potential. I'm going to explain it to you in a few minutes before we go. Your purpose, madam, is the most important thing for you to discover. Because when you find your purpose, you automatically find your potential. And when you find your purpose and potential, you become unstoppable. No human opinion can touch you when you discover your purpose in life.
I'm sure you guys you are following this initial talk of our session. Let me ask you, how is your life going at this moment? Have you achieved what you planned to achieve? This is a brand new year. And what's your plan for this year? And what's the difference between what is happening now and what happened last year? And if that's the case, how many people have you touched to the number of years God has given you? So this is a really good starting of our discussion. I want you to think of your life, try to evaluate. If you are really okay with what is happening, thank God. And if that's the case, can you also show other people to do what you are doing? If you are struggling, why are you struggling? And when you look around to your friends and neighbors and relatives, how life is on their side. And sometimes we find ourselves complaining about our situation. I'm talking to you now from Africa, Tanzania in particular. And wherever you go in the world, you find very few people have made it, and the majority of people are struggling. What kind of questions do you ask yourself? Why is it happening? And if you start analyzing, all of us came on this earth on the same way as this guy was sharing with us in the video. But how come only very few people have made it and the majority of people are struggling? What is missing? So this is the kind of questions I want you to ask yourself throughout this discussion. And most of us, we went to school. And when we go to school, what they do, they teach us something that the market probably wants us. But ask yourself, how many certificates do you have? And how far those certificates have taken you up? If you have a job, how much money are they paying you? Is that what you asked for? And I don't know, but most of the time, people who have jobs, they keep complaining. Either the work environment is not conducive, or they are putting too much hours in their job, or the salary is not enough, or they can't even find time to go for vacation. So, do you think you can achieve whatever dreams you have from your job? You don't own a job. You see, because what happens, they can fire you anytime. If they won't fire you, you can retire. Age can be a limitation to you. If it's not age, the company you are working, it can be bought by another company. Or technology can just kick you out of job. So there is no security. But you find that we have spent many years going to school, and now we have a job where the owner of they can even fire us anytime. So is this what made you for? Can you pass your job to your children? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? So this is the kind of questions I want you to ask yourself throughout. So let me just analyze a little bit about what happens in jobs. Because we have a lot of people all over the world who are jobless. Go to America, you find people, millions and millions are jobless. Go to China, go to Asia in general, go to Africa. Maybe in Africa the situation is more worse. Because in developed countries, there are some jobs out there, even if they not pay you the way you want, but you still find a job. But let us analyze a little bit so you can understand what does it mean. So when you are working under somebody, it means you are putting hours in that job, and then in return they give you money. So hoping that maybe one day you'll be able to have enough money. This is a very strong message from Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc was the founder of McDonald's, if some of you are not aware of it. And he's saying, if you work just for money, you will never make it. But if you love what you are doing, success will be yours. And most of our people who are employed, most of them, they just work for money. And that's why you find changing jobs from one point to another, hoping maybe one day, they will hit something like a jackpot and make it. But as long as you are trading your time for money, money won't be enough. Because, you pay tax. It's almost 30% of your money goes to the tax. And the remaining, that is 70%. Can you survive on 7%? And you have all kind of expenditure at home. You see what is happening here now? What happened is this. You reach a point where your age won't allow you to keep working. And in Africa, it's like 60, 65, you retire. And do you think the kind of savings you have through this pension, the so-called pension funds, will be enough to keep you going? And then most of us, we have extended family. So you find all the people we are having around us, they depend on us. So by the time when you got a job, you were very energetic. You used to work maybe five days a week. You're almost everywhere. Now you are retired and nothing is happening. So be careful, and just remind you, because whatever you are doing, you are not in love with it. You are just doing it for money. And you remember, this guy came out with this. There's a book called The Alchemist. Remember that you need to have something what you are doing. Are you passionate with what you are doing, or you are just doing it for money? You see, so wherever you are at there is also your treasure. So this is where we miss the point. I don't have a problem with people being employed, but most of the guys, they are just being exploited, because once you get out of the office, that's the end of it. So after 65 years, you're out. Who is going to take care of you? Do you think the government will be able to take care of you? I don't know if you have come across this book. Robert Kiyosaki came out with a really good book about us. on an individual basis. And he came out with a definition of what is worth. Because most people think that having a job, uh, being paying a salary, you can reach a point where you become worth. And that's why we find, especially in Africa, people take advantage of their position in the offices. So instead of really helping people, they just start stealing money, hoping maybe one day they'll be worth. So Robert came out with a definition. What is worth? Robert says it's the number of days you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living. So think of, if they are paying you salary, which is only 70%, do you think the day you will be retired, you'll be able to maintain your standard of living? Who's gonna take care of you? So in Africa, we have these traditions. Once you retire, you start asking or begging money from your children and grandchildren. But this is the 21st century. Things may not work in the same way. So for my brothers and sisters who are watching and listening to this webinar, do you have any plan B to help you to maintain your standard of living? Because what happens when you reach at that age and you're out of the office, they take out all the incentives. Maybe you had a free housing or free medical checkup, all kind of things, and any kind of support you get from the office, and now you're out of it. So I want you to ask yourself, with this kind of income you're making now, and there come a time where you won't be earning money, how many months or how many weeks and days can you survive without receiving your income? And for some of my friends who are in Africa, the kind of salary people are being paid, if they just decide to use it, it can't even take them the end of the month. So now, today is 14th of February. Okay, it is a Valentine Day. So they're out there enjoying, but I can assure you, majority of them, the salary is gone now. They are just on credit. So this is the situation when you are employed. And as I said, if the technology won't take you out of work, your employer may just kick you up. You may find somebody who is cheaper than you, or they can even hire animals. If you go to Japan and Thailand, they are using animals to do humans' jobs. So you may say, okay, I'm out of this thing. I'm self-employed. That's well and good. So assume you're a lawyer. You went to school for how many years? And in order for you to practice, you need to be registered. And if it happens, maybe you die or you just get sick and you stay out of your job for a year, who is going to take care of your job? If you're a doctor, how many doctors are dying? They're out there also dying. And do you think your wife or your children will come out and take your job? So it's a good thing to be self-employed, but you need to understand that there is no system. Everything depends on you. If you get sick, your company also gets sick. And if you die with it. So this is what is happening. It's not only that. Think about the competition now. The villages or the world is now global. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, somebody somewhere is trying to find a different way to get rid of you. So you are small, yes, the capital is not much, there is no system, everything depends on you. So whoever is out there thinking of maybe one day I'll become self-employed and do that and that, with this kind of world we are in, the competition is very, very tough. It's very, very tough, because if you can't find or you can't hire other people who are smarter than you, I can say maybe 99% chances that you want to make it. So this is the situation. I came across a video. It's about the Chinese are coming. It's a documentary by BBC. They are talking about the influx of Chinese coming to Africa. So they went up to all these southern regions, countries. They went to in Zambia. You'll be shocked. The Chinese in Zambia, they have become chicken farmers. You see, they have their own farm where they produce chickens. It's very cheap, their chickens, and the rock people are complaining. they're complaining because the Chinese have taken over almost 99% of the business. So the majority of the local people, they're remaining with only 1%, and they can't compete. So you can see what is happening. So you might be having a small business out there, but there are those big guys. Think of Aliko Dangote is almost everywhere in Africa. He's opening up a cement factory. Here in Tanzania, we have like 2 factories of cement, but Aliko Dangote is also here. You see, I'm sure it's just a matter of time. Some of the guys will just lose their business and Aliko will take over. So you can see it's a very tough out there. So with this also may not even help you if that is what you think. And I want to remind you, if you are planning to become a business owner, you need to understand that there are 3 types of people when it comes to business. The first one is what I call a technician. A technician is like a doctor or an engineer. He went to school to study what he studied. Now he has graduated and then he's out there doing his thing. So there's a technician. And then number 2 is what we call a manager. Manager is a guy who went to school very well, but he manages a system. So he have people with him. Also, he has a system. So that is a manager. And also, we have a third category or a third person whom we call entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is the guy, in a short words, I can say, is a visionary. It's a person who can see 10, 20 years ahead. So you can see there are 3 types of people when it comes to business. So I want you to understand, if you're a technician, you're an engineer, and you are thinking because you are qualified to be an engineer, you can open up a construction firm. You know what? You may not having the skills to run a successful company. You may be a lawyer, yes, but do you have the skills to run a successful law firm? If you're operating like a manager, you're just there owning it or managing a system. So you open up a business, you become a manager, you manage people, you manage time, you manage everything. You know, who is going to look after your business in 10, 20 years? So you need to understand that, and that's why you find that so many companies are dying at less than 5 years. They are not out there anymore because the person who is running the business is either a technician or is either a manager. So when it comes to business, you need to think as an entrepreneur. So just to put in a very simple language, think of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ went out and got 12 people. They called disciples. So he taught them about Christianity. And then he died later on, or they killed him later on. And how many Christians do we have? So I can say Jesus was an entrepreneur because he died a long time ago, but people keep going out and opening churches. So you need to have that kind of mindset that you need to see things at a far distance and to find other people to do what you are doing. And that's where you can create a legacy. And let me take you further more. When it takes to entrepreneurs, or if you want to own a business, or if you want to be successful, I can say there are 4 types of people when it comes to time and money. In Africa, when you talk of time, people don't care much about time. But in the Western countries, time is everything. So let's see, how do we define people when it comes to time and money? We have a first category of people who have no time. They don't have time at all, but they have money. Do you know this kind of people? They have no time, but they have money. I can say these are the middle class people, the CEOs. Most of the CEOs, or those guys who are in the government here, principal secretary, or the ministers, they are very busy. They don't have time at all, but they are earning good money. Okay, this is the first category. And then we have a second category of people. They have time, yes, but they don't have money. Do you know this kind of people? You see, you may call them anytime. At the middle of the night, they'll still pick up your call. You see, they are everywhere. They are watching football, they are watching movies, They're everywhere reading newspaper. They know everything. If you ask them when is Jennifer Lopez's birthday, they know when Jennifer Lopez was born. They know which movie is hit. They know everything. But if you ask them about where they're going to be 5, 10 years, they have no idea. But they have time, but they don't have money. And then the third category of people, they have no time and also they don't have money at all. But they are busy. When you meet with these people, oh, busy, busy. And some of them are employed. Assume you're a banker. They know the time to get in, but they don't know the time to get out. But they're always busy, busy, busy. And that's why you find people, if they decide maybe they want to get married, in Africa, people keep going out asking for people to contribute. They're having like a family thing. Somebody's being baptized, they go out and beg for money. Somebody's sick, they go out and seek for money. Begging, 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 begging. So they don't have time, they don't have money, but they're busy. And also, there is a fourth category of people who have time and also they have money. So let me ask you, out of the 4 categories, where do you want to belong? And I'm sure you might be smiling now, you want to belong in group number 4. But my friend, if you want to belong in group number 4, you need to understand what does it take to be in group number 4. Because these people in group number 4, there are those big guys. These are Aliko Dangote and the others. You can see on the screen, you see these people here, they know how to use their time, they have money, they have everything. You see? But they were not born that way. They were born like you and me. The same situation we came on this earth is the same situation these people came in. But the only difference between you and these people, they saw themselves as success from day one. You see, when you want to become a successful person, especially in business, you know what? You need to become that person. You need to work on yourself harder than you work on your job. So you need to be surrounded with positive people. You need to read books which inspire you. So you start with the end. So you need to see yourself as successful now. And then now what next is just to take action. So what they did, these people, and what differentiates between these people and you, they saw what they wanted to be at the beginning, and they acquired all the skills. They are surrounded with positive people. They paid the price. They paid the price of success. So once you become that person, you become unstoppable. And once they saw, they wrote down a plan where we take them from where they are to the end where they want to be, and then they have to take action. So number 1, you need to become that person. Number 2, you need to take action. Do. And that's where it differentiates between people who make it and people who don't make it. Because you find people, they have a really good plan. And the ones they start moving out, some obstacle will come along the way. And that obstacle will just tear them down and say, it doesn't work. In Africa, there is war, it has been raining, it is this, and excuse after excuse after excuse. But if you want to be number 4, group number 4, where they have money and time, you need to become that person. Number 2, you need to take action no matter what. And you should be willing to die that this is what I want to do and this is what I want to be, no matter how many people are against you. And number 3, the result will just come out automatically. So there is a row of sowing and reaping. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't take action, nothing gonna happen. So, and for these people, they started a long time ago. The environment was conducive as we compare with the situation now. But I can tell you, we are much better now. If we decide to become entrepreneur, we can make it in a very short period of time. But we need to start inside of ourselves. So the issue is we have a lot of enemies within ourselves, but we don't even see. But most of the time we find ourselves complaining with outside forces, but the real enemy is within ourselves. So if we want to be like these people on the screen, there are several ways you can tap. Or you can say, okay, let me open up my own company. Do you have enough fund for that? Do you have money to pay the employees? Are you ready to go through all the hassles? Because in Africa, you know what? Once you open up an office, you need to pay the rent 1 year in advance. Where do you get the money? And also, you have the revenue authority on your neck. They want you to pay before even you start doing the business. So if you have that kind of money, yes. But for majority of the people, this method won't work. The other thing you can do, you can say, okay, let me invest in real estate. You can own a house or apartments, whatever, without even using your own money. You can use bank's money. That's what they call other people's money. But this is something also you need to learn. You see, but if you venture in apartments or in real estate, it may take you 25 to 30 years to reach a point where you have time and money. So how old are you now? Do you have another 25 years to live? Think of, if you read the Bible, there's a story about Jesus. They talk about he died at age 33. So if we can just take the 3 as a benchmark, how many years do you still have to reach 33? And for some of us who are above 33, it seems that God probably has misplaced our names. You see? So he's still looking for us. We are supposed to die at age 33. And when Jesus died at age 33, he said he finished what he came to do. So you are above 33, you haven't finished what you came to do, and what happens? And there is this guy called Jack Ma. He's the second richest man in China. He says, if you are age 35 and you are still broke, or you are finished. Do you hear me? If you are 35 years old and you are still broke, you are finished. Because we live in 21st century. So what do we do? So the real estate thing, you have to wait for 25 to 30 years to enable you to reach a point where you have enough time, you have money. So I don't know if that will work for you. The other option you can do, you can just venture in oil and gas, where you maybe will be receiving royalty. How long it takes for you to find gas or minerals? And where is the money? Maybe your parents were rich, so maybe they gave you a piece of land where everything is still under the ground. I don't know how long it takes for you to find gas or minerals and what, but also it pays. If you find that fortune, yes, God bless you for that. But that's another option. The other option you have is to, maybe you are very talented. You can write songs, you can write books, maybe you're a musician, but at this age now, you haven't found your talent, you haven't found your purpose. So how long will this thing last? If you're writing a book, is it going to be a bestseller? You see, it's a challenge, but you can also make it. Also, it takes time. It takes time to develop your talent. So what else can you do? If you don't have the money right now to invest in your business, you don't have your parents were not rich, so you have nothing out there to enrich for your parents, and you are not talented. What else can you do? So there are some other things you can do, but you need to be ready to learn new things. There is an old saying, I don't know who come out with this, but it has been there for years and years. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Let me ask you, when this mobile phone, when it came out, personally, I was mature enough. I didn't even know how to use it. Put aside the mobile phone, even the computer. There are some people, even as we speak, they haven't I use the computer. So, but the issue is, this is the 21st century. Can we learn something else apart from what we know? So it's up to you. You will evaluate yourself and see how you can do it. And then I'm just trying to insist on what I've just shared with you. Here's another very strong quote that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn unlearn, and learn. Did you hear me? You know what? We are very blessed to be alive now. We can be whoever we want. Okay, you won't be Bill Gates, you won't be Aliko Dangote, but you can be somebody else beyond the imagination. Think of this guy who invented Facebook. He was 19 years old, but now where is he now? Because this kind of world we live in, we have all these 7 billion people. The issue is, how can we take advantage of the people who are jobless on the street and show them something else? So the other option you have, and probably that can really change your life, it takes only 3 to 5 years. And this is what I can call it recommendation marketing. So this is not a new thing to you. You have been doing recommendations to people throughout your life, especially when you started speaking. You know, we could not talk at early ages, but later on we started talking. So we do this very often. I may send something to you on your phone, but you forward it to people. You know, I won't even ask you to forward it, but you do it, and nobody is even paying you. We go to the supermarket, we buy something, and then we recommend to other people. We go to a restaurant, it's a good restaurant, it's a Chinese or Ethiopian food, whatever, we recommend to people, but nobody is paying us. We take our children to schools where we recommend other people also take their children. Nobody is paying you up. So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. So the issue is, you've been doing it, but nobody is paying you. So what's network marketing? Think of the number of people you have in your mobile phone. If you can just convert them, whatever they are doing out there, because they're in your contact list. So I'm assuming you know each other very well. Probably they're your friends. But if you start earning money, what's going to happen? So this is how we are used to assume you are buying a Coca-Cola from a retail shop. So normally it goes through the circle you see on the screen. So you find there is a manufacturer somewhere, which is Coca-Cola company, and you go to the supermarket and buy it. So if you go to the factory, the price of Coca-Cola may be cheaper. Of course, it is cheaper than the price you pay when you buy them from the shop. So all these people in between, they have made money on you. I don't know if you get the concept of this. So this is what we call, it's a traditional way of doing marketing. It passes through the traditional way. So with this concept I'm talking about, the recommendation market I'm talking about, it is because you get it direct from the manufacturer. So it means we cut down all the middlemen in between. And you know, normally the distribution cost is almost 85%. So it's only 15% that is the production cost. But the rest is just distribution cost. So instead of now buying from a supermarket, you buy direct from the company. So your job now is to be in between and to convey message to the people. I want you to see yourself on the top. Think of, you have your parents, you have mom and dad, and above your dad there is your grandfather. So I want you to take it that way. So this is how it's supposed to be. And so you start alone somewhere, but later on you find you have a lot of people under you. This is your network. So somebody may be very, very far from where you are, and because it is your network, you start earning money from that person. So there is a huge difference between personal effort and using the power of people. And this is what this guy, Paul J. Get called, it's like a eighth land of the world. They said, I would rather earn 1% from the effort of 100 people than 100% from my own effort. There is a huge difference between working in a team and working alone. If you get sick, that's it. But in a team, somebody is sick, the thing can still keep going. So this is a system, and I talk about time leverage. How do you leverage your time? Think of, we have 24 hours a day. You can't work 24 hours a day for 1 week. You know, maybe a 1 day, yes, 2 day, 3 day, you can't. So you're on your own. So you need to leverage your time. So the only difference between this personal effort and teamwork, because you have team now, you can't compete. Even in a Bible, where there is two people, there is something. I'm sure you remember, I don't know what your religion, but this is the reality. You can't compete with a group of people. And let me take you further. I want you to see it as you are the one on the top. You see the guy who is standing there now. That is you now. And you have somebody. Probably, I'm assuming that you're in America. Okay? So you're in America, and then you have somebody in Africa. So this guy in Africa, he has a huge team, and they are spending whatever product they are using, but you are the one who recommended those products. So whatever they are doing in Africa, 6% should be coming to you in the US. You have never been to Africa. You are scared of malaria. You are scared of Ebola, all kind of things. So you'll be earning 6% from Africa on monthly basis. So the issue is how far the network will go. And then this guy in Africa met a guy who is in Brazil. So this guy on your Brazil will be like a second generation. So just to take the same example, this guy in Brazil, this will be your second generation. And still also, you in the US, you'll be still earning 3% from this guy with this entire group. And this guy in Brazil, he met a guy from what? China. So now your business is in China. So you have somebody in your third generation who is in China. Whatever they are doing in China, do you know the population of China? And if you can take your business in China and assume the product they are consuming, they are really consumable, you see? So you'll be earning 2% from China. So if you add up, you can just put a figure to it. If assume this 6%, the guy who is in Africa, maybe they did only $2,000. You see? So the 6% of $2,000 is how much? And then assume also this guy in Brazil, they did maybe $2,000. 3% of $2,000 is how much? And if this guy in China also did $2,000, 2% of $2,000 is how much? So if you can just add right there, and how many people do you know? This is just from one person. Think of how many people do you have on your mobile phone. So this is how the numbers never lie. Numbers never lie. So I want you to understand how valuable and how worthy you are, because you have people with you. My friend, no matter what you want, if you want to be a politician, you need people. You want to be successful in business, you need people. So now you have the people out there. The issue is, how do you commute with them? So as you keep building up your business, you find yourself, once you create leaders, because this model will work only if you duplicate. So when you produce some leaders out there, your income also will go up. So we have people who are earning millions of dollars a year. And you have people who are earning 6-figure on a monthly basis. You see? So this is what is changing the entire generational, because this is 21st century. And this is the industry. I don't know if you are aware of it. This is the industry where the millionaires are produced in large numbers than any industry. So there is no limitation to when it comes to your earning. They keep saying the sky's the limit. There is no limitation except the limit to yourself. So the issue now is to keep producing more leaders. The more leaders you produce, the more income you make, and the more also you enjoy. Because this is what we call residual income. The money will be coming in. You do the job now, but they pay you over and over again. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what's happening in the world. The issue is, if you have really serious people on the ground and they keep spreading the word, it's a word of mouth business. You don't need to have office. For mothers who have children, you don't want to leave your children at home. You see, you can just stay at home and do your thing. So it's a home-based business. And once you understand what is reduced income is, oh my goodness, you said, why did I go to school? And maybe that's the reason why Bill Gates said that if he would be given a chance to start all over again, he will choose network marketing. So other people call it network marketing, and other call it network recommendation marketing, but they all mean the same thing. But you need to understand this is the power of people, a friend talking to a friend. This is what most of the companies now, they have embraced. Think of tomorrow morning, it will be Monday, the traffic. Go to New York, go to Nigeria, Lagos, go to Nairobi, Kenya, go to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, go to South Africa. Those big cities, traffic is terrible. If you're an entrepreneur working at home, do you really need to wake up early in the morning and hustle on the traffic for hours and hours and hours? You see? So, and you find all these people, they hustle in the traffic for hours and hours. They don't even like the kind of job they're doing. And they are rushing there because otherwise they'll be fired. I think we need to be free. I don't know if you can put a price on your freedom. So whatever time you have, use it efficiently. Because as I said, if 33 years is the benchmark, how are you spending the rest of your time? So make sure you use every moment you have. You're hearing now, probably you're hearing for the first time, but I want you to understand. If you decide that you want to use the power of this network marketing, you better be careful and understand. I'm sure it's not a new thing to you to this word network marketing or recommendation marketing. You've heard about it several times. But I want to warn you, there are three types of people, or there are three kinds of people when it comes to network marketing. Normally, the first category is those people we call users. Normally, this comprise only 1%. They're just using product. They just fell in love with the product, they just use product. They don't want the money aspect of it. They just want to use the product. So normally these people comprise about 1%. So you have to decide if you want just to be a user, it's yourself. And you have been using other people's product. Think of whatever you have in your house. You bought them somewhere. And once you finish, you go and buy them. So we have this category of people. The second category, for the sake of this discussion, I will call them distributors. So this is the comprise 97%. What they do, they just go out, use the product. Most of them, I don't even use product. They buy the product and for retailing. So their only reason of buying this product is they want to go out and sell to other people. Recommendation marketing is not a selling business. It's an intellectual distribution. You just go out there and pass information, pass the benefit of the product. That's it. We don't need to care. You don't need to stop anything. But my friends, these people, they're out there, they're just buying and selling, and they're not even earning money. So they're just busy, and this is where they tarnish the image of the industry. When you see them going around, they come door to door, they have bags everywhere. Hey, network marketing, there is money, there is this, they talk a lot. So when you look at them, they don't even look like whatever they are promoting. But we have 97% of them. They don't have skill in nothing. And also we have a third category. And if you want to make it in the industry, this is where you need to be. You need to become a business builder. Business builders, what they do, they are only 2%. The first thing they do, they use product. You need to become the product of the product. And the second thing, what they do, they help others to become business builders. And that's where the most difficult part is. Think of Jesus got 12 disciples. He told them what was Christianity. And when he left, how many Christians do we have? So this is where the 97% are running away. They don't have anything in their head. You can't give me something you don't have. And this is the most difficult part of it. If you read the Bible, American Bible, somewhere it is written, some people do 30%, some people do 60%, some people do 100%. So you as a leader, you need to understand the capacity of each person in your organization. You need to know what's my weakness and what is my strength. You see? So where my strength is, you should not touch me. But where my weakness is when I need you. So this is how it works. So that's why you find that very few people are making money in network marketing or in recommendation marketing, simply because they have decided to hustle themselves. So that's how it is. So now you have to decide. You have to decide that you really want to make it, and success happens when you make a decision, and you need to follow through with action. And that's where they come out with this word focus. Focus means follow one course until successful. So all success people, once they decide, they stick to it, whether they make it or they die. They don't quit. Quitters never win, and the winners never quit. So you have to decide. You have to decide. I don't know how many years you have wasted, but you know what? You can't go back and change it, but you can start afresh and move on. We don't need to dwell in the past, but also you need to understand. Once you decide, there's some people who say, okay, I won't, I can't, I wish, I think I might, I think I can. You remember what Henry Ford said? If you think you can or you can't, you're both right. So those people who make it, they said, I did it. Action speaks louder than words. Unfortunately, in Africa, we talk a lot. When it comes to action, zero. You see? And you think maybe life is just like that. You wake up in the morning and become rich. It doesn't work that way. So once you decide that you really want to make it, because you are going to deal with people, so you need to understand what does it take for people to come out with their own potential. You see? So the only thing you can do, you need to protect your mind. Think of the people you are surrounded with. If they're all negative people, you will end up a negative person. You'll be complaining. Come across people that say, I wish I was born in America. You know how many people are in poverty in America? There's no uncle in America or aunt. You have to hustle. Those people hustle. You see? So it doesn't matter where you are on this planet, whether you're in Africa, where Aliko Dangote is from. You see, we have some people from Africa. They are making a lot of money. Go to Somalia. There are some rich people in Somalia too, and they are fighting every day. Go to Burundi. There are some rich people there. So it doesn't matter. The circumstance doesn't matter. The issue is what is inside of you. So you need to surround yourself with really serious people who are in the same mission as you. And this is the most difficult people face, because we do things because we are used to. So I'm saying this is like a second chance for you guys, that you have to decide. You have to decide that you can really own your life, but you need to learn. You need to open up for learning. If you don't do that, nothing's going to change. So as I said, once you decide, you need to decide to stick to it. And I want you to finish my talk with the talk from Martin Luther King Jr. He said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And this is how the winners are made. So you guys, I don't know what's happening to you, but you have to decide. You have to decide. I'm speaking to you now, we have people who have done it. And before we finish our webinar, I will bring in some people to share how their life have been transformed through this model. But you need to ask yourself, why are you in that kind of situation you're in now? Why you have people who are living their dreams? Why are you where you are? Why are you complaining? What kind of money they are paying doesn't even take you from the beginning of the month to the end of the month? You see, why? And also, why not? Can't you change yourself? There is a better way. Can't you see what other people see? You see, you know what? There is God out there, but He speaks with us every day, through people, through events. Probably the kind of message I'm giving you, probably God has asked me to share with you. You know, you didn't even know what I was going to talk to you. But why not? Why not you now? Just ask yourself, why not me? Uh, Why are you struggling? You can do it. You can do it. And why not now? We live only, there is no tomorrow. Yesterday is gone. Can't you take action now? As I said, there is a law of sowing and reaping. What you sow today, you're going to reap tomorrow. So whatever situation you are in, that's what you've been sowing yourself. So if you are not satisfied with that, find another way. Find another way.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I just want to wish everybody happy Valentine. Hope everybody's enjoying the day. My contribution here is I have been in the business since 2007. And when I started, I never thought what I was expecting to be this good. And this is, I think, the same thing which is going on with people who are not in the business. You did a wonderful job explaining what it is when it comes to the residual income, when it comes to time when you cannot go to work yourself. Now, most of people, we forget that we're not going to stay younger forever. We're not going to stay active forever. And we see opportunity like this, we don't take it serious. We think, I've got a job, I can do this, I can do this. So we don't see it. And I had the same problem too when I was starting. I didn't see it until I was in for about a year. Then I started to understand that I can be an example. I can give you an example. I am in America here. I make money from Tanzania. I don't live in Tanzania. But this is a team I created there. So I will be now, I think in Tanzania now it's time to go to sleep. Here is daytime. When the Tanzanian people wake up, they are working and I'm earning some money from while I'm still sleeping. And so people, they don't see it. And sometimes we tend to put in to make yourself feel good when we say things like, life is very difficult. You think everybody's got a difficult life? It's you who have got a difficult life. I can remember Jim Rohn when he was talking about his mentor was telling him, asking him, you've been working for 6 years now. How much money are you making? And he says, the company only pays me this. They only pay this. And the man told him, no, they don't only pay this to everybody. That's how little they pay you. And when he was saying things like, things are very expensive, I cannot afford, things are very expensive. And he told him, things are not expensive. You don't have the money. It's you who are suffering thinking it's expensive. So we have to change our mind and start looking, getting out of the box and taking some opportunities more seriously than we are. Let's say I am here in Florida in America. We go and do a lot of shopping from Walmart and other shops. You give all this money to this guy, you have never even met him, and he doesn't even say thank you to you. Why can't you change, instead of giving the money to him, why can't you give the money to something else where you get some money back? So in reality here, what you're trying to help people to understand is just to change the mindset. Instead of taking some money somewhere where you don't get anything back, why can you take the money somewhere where you can get some money back and teach other people to do the same thing? So you're getting money back by yourself and from your team too. So people, they have to understand this is a 21st century. If you are still inside a little box, you're not even breathing, you don't want to look outside, you are done. Life is running very fast now. It's time you do something different for yourself and not work day after day like you are married to a job. People, they spend more time with their boss in their offices than they spend time at their own homes. So it's time you start enjoying your life. It's time you start enjoying your life with your family instead of spending all the day with your boss and spending all your day in the offices. That's all I can say for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Teresa. That was Teresa Nyirenda from Florida. Now I'll remain in the US again. I have Catherine Scott. Catherine, can you share something? Catherine? Hello, Catherine. Yes, Catherine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Catherine.
I work with Teresa and Sister Educe here in the U.S. And what I'm beginning to understand is it's very important just to get out and talk to people about what we're doing here and what we're trying to achieve to build a team and build a team together and bring everybody up together.
So,
and that's my contribution.
Okay, so how do you balance, Catherine? I'm sure you know you are working part-time in this thing. How do you balance your time?
Well, when I'm at work during the day, I focus on doing the best job I can for my boss. And then when I come home in the afternoon, I will spend some time on Forever Living after I get home from work.
Okay. And what was the reason for you to be involved in network marketing?
I want to earn extra income from what I earn right now at my job. I want to have a better lifestyle for me and for my children.
Okay. You know, in Africa, most of the guys, they want to run away from Africa to US. What can you share with them? They think when they're in the US, everything is just not there.
I don't know. I haven't been in Africa, so I don't know how they would view it once they arrived. Teresa and Sister Educe would have a better perspective on that, since they, you know, when they first arrived from Tanzania into the U.S., what they thought of it.
Okay, but how is life in general on the ground in the U.S.? You can just sit at home and then the government will be paying you money. That's the kind of thing people think of.
There are a lot of people in the U.S. that do that. It's not a great lifestyle, but if you work hard here in the U.S., you will have a much better lifestyle and you can achieve financial freedom as long as you're willing to work for it.
Okay, so what final message do you have for people who are listening this for the first time?
My message is to develop yourself. That's been very important for me, the personal development books and the CDs, to find a mentor to help you achieve your goals, and to work together as a team to achieve your goals together.
Okay, thank you very much, Catherine. I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I'm sure it's still a day on your side.
Thank you.
Okay, then, bye. Okay, that was Catherine Scott from the US. Now I'm going to Amos Kamgisha. I don't know where you are, Amos Kamgisha. Can you share something, Amos?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Amos.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, I am in Nairobi.
Okay, yes, Amos.
Yes, I work in Nairobi, but my home is in Tanzania.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about this networking business, or about Forever Living products for years, but I did not take any action. In 2013, I was in Harare. I travel a lot, so I met a family there. I can't remember the name since I was not prepared. They introduced me to this program. They invited me at their home. but when I came back, I did not take any action. It's my classmate, Grace, who then yesterday introduced this program to me and recommended this program tonight. So I decided to come and join the group and listen. So thank you for the presentation. So I will think about this and share with my family. And I will make further consultation with Grace and with you for further clarification.
Okay.
But I see it helped.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amos Kamgisha, and for joining us. And I wish you a Valentine's Day also. It's evening now in our time. So I hope to hear from you soon, and I'm sure Grace will be able to take care of you. And we are working as a team, so in case you can't find the right answers, you can still check with us. And then Benson Mlaki, where are you? Benson, can you share something?
Yes.
Yes, Ben.
Yeah. I'm Benson, just from Tanzania, here Dar es Salaam, and well, I've been attending this session for this online session is almost the second one to me, but there is one thing I like about these sessions. Every time on these sessions, I learn a lot about personal transformation, or rather personal development, which is vital to everyone, whether you want to do recommendation business or not, because we are in the situation we are because we have just dreamed it or determined it to be just that way. I mean, take an example, most of us, like youth of my age, almost have dreams but can never have them worked out. Why? It's because they can't think beyond, put things into action. And it's even very bad for us who have been to universities, have degrees, masters, and whatsoever. We take too much risk, we calculate, and we anticipate a lot of fear, and so we end up doing nothing. So even the ones who did not go to school can do better than us who went to school. It's a shame. Wow, I would like to congratulate you, Mr. Alphonse, for these awakening sections, and maybe I personally like to learn about personal development, and I like the business. Well, I've had for years, since 2007, I've never been serious, but this year I've been determined, and I am going to do it.
Okay.
Wow, that's from me, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Benson Lucky, for your input. And then there's a message from Dansan Kamgisha. I said I've learned a lot from this webinar, but I can see we are still struggling with others. Vision and mission were hours left out until we got tired, and that is where we start to work for hours. So from that moment, we have to change and be after our vision and mission early and help others to do the same. Thanks, Mr. Chilato. You're very welcome, Dansan Kamgisha. And then this is from Dr. Mabai. He says, since he started doing this business model, I'm proud of the personal development mentorship about life and success mindset. Something I've been missing in my professional field in terms of legacy, lifestyle, and the residual income. Thank you, Dr. Mabai, for your input. And we have Doris Chizara. Doris, can you share something, Doris? Oh, she's not ready to talk. Now I'm going to Grace Mwanga. Grace, do you hear me? Yes, can you share something? Grace? Hello, Grace. No, she just disappeared. Mashashi Ntungi, where are you from? Mashash, can you share something? Mashashi Ntungi, you online? Can you share something with us? Oh, I don't know where he is. And this is Merikiadi Mashala. Merikiadi Mashala, where are you? Can you share with us something? That's the issue again. Okay, now Ibrahim. Ibrahim, do you hear me? Can you share with us, Ibrahim?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I would like to thank you very much for preparing this session for us. And I would like to welcome all the people who are listening right now on this session. And since I started this business of network marketing, I can promise you that there is no any other profession where you get personal development rather than network marketing, because of the sessions that Mr. Alphonse provides. To this moment, I'm very thankful to him, because I can see that the person I was and the person I'm becoming, there is a huge difference. Not telling about the income, but the person I used to be, and right now, they are two different people. So, if and the gentleman says, if to be successful in life, you need to work harder on yourself rather than on your job. So, in this platform, because of the training that you get, you find yourself much valuable because of the value you bring in the marketplace. So thank you, and I'm so grateful for that.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibrahim. Now I have Paul Miza. Paul Miza, where are you? Paul Miza, can you share with us something, Paul Miza? And now this is Rafael Sichone. Rafael Sichone, where are you? Can you share something with us? Rafael. And then we have Robert Juma. Robert, where are you? Can you share something, Robert? Oh. And then we have Rui Abdallah. Rui Abdallah, where are you? Can you share something, Rui Abdallah? And then we have Diana Kamgisha. Can you share something, Diana? And then we have one lady from Sierra Leone. I'm sure Ebola has ended. Can you share with us, Can you share something, Hello, from Sierra Leone. Can you share with us something? Did you learn something from the session? Hello? Oh. Anyway, so Teresa, maybe if I can allow you to give us a final word. Teresa Nyirenda, are you there?
I am here.
Yes. A final word from you, Teresa?
All I can say, mainly for those people who have been invited to this webinar as guests, they're not in the business. All I can tell you guys, that's it. Doesn't get any better than this. If you've been looking for something which you think you need for better future for yourself and your family, we are offering you this. And doesn't matter whether you get it in or you don't get it in, we are moving forward. This is my message I'm sending to you guys who are invited, and maybe you've been thinking, what can I do for this and this and this? You are so blessed that you have been able to be in the webinar today, and you can hear from all of us. And for us who are already in the business, all I can tell you guys, let's go to the top. We're almost there. Let's keep working as hard as we can, and mostly on our personal growth, because it's like you have got shelves in your kitchen, and you want to take something from the top shelves. You need something to be standing on for you able to get something from the top of the shelves. So when you do personal development on yourself, it's like you're putting a stair to get to the top where you can pick it up very easily. So let's keep working on our personal growth, and let's going. Doesn't matter who is coming with us. We are almost there, and we'll be there. Thank you very much again, Mr. Chacho. It has been wonderful presentation. We really appreciate for that. And you have a wonderful evening.
Oh, so thank you very much. Have a good Valentine's Day. Yeah. So that was Teresa from United States of America, and thank you for sharing. And there's a message from Mashashin Chungi saying, actually, I'm glad to join the business because I can see personal development, although I have not much time, but I would encourage others to join also. Thank you very much, Mashashin Tungi, for sharing. And then there's a message from the Diana Kamgisha. Network in my side is not good, but I'm here getting some point. Okay, thank you very much, Diana, for sharing. And also, this is a message from Mabai. Teresa, I don't know if you hear me. Mabai is saying, Teresa is an iron lady. Teresa, you're an iron lady. Congratulations for that. Keep it up, Teresa. And you are so straight, so you are encouraging so many people. Probably in our coming webinar, which will be on Tuesday, maybe I'll give you maybe 10 or 15 minutes just to share something. So the next webinar will be on Tuesday, but it will be in Swahili. So we'll pass out the link from tomorrow. So whoever want to be part of us on Tuesday, we'll be having another webinar. It will be in Swahili. And hopefully Teresa will be able maybe to take 10 to 15 minutes just sharing some experience and help people understand what does it take to be successful. With that note, you guys, thank you very much for being with us. And we have a responsibility to touch people's lives. And as you all know, you can't receive unless you give out something. Whenever you give, you feel real powerful. You feel powerful by giving. So let us go out there, share the link with people, keep sharing. This webinar will be out tomorrow for those who missed it because the communication wasn't much good for most of the people. You can see the message here, the network was good. So you'll be able to have access on it from tomorrow. So thank you very much. For those who are in Tanzania, good night to Sukumwema. And for those who are in the United States, you guys have a good afternoon. And for those who are in West Africa and Sierra Leone, good evening. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye.